CFA, right?
Yes.
Right out of the gate, my kids did fabulous. And I'm like, maybe this isn't as rigorous as it needs to be,
Right.
which led to, I started looking at the ICANN statements and,
Looking at those specific words that
Right.
come from,
right,
like the analyze, it's not just identifying, it's
Yeah.
that
So it was
analyzing
like-
and explaining.
right. And so I think I don't know, we started looking at that and your word was perfectly, like, does it say analyze or just identify? And, well, it explains, and then it says how a theme emerges over the course of a work. Well, I'm thinking about that, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, we don't really see that with this.
Right.
Or with symbolism. And there was a question, right? Which question was it? The butterfly question.
Yes, so, I mean, yeah, there were several things, we're kind of like.
All over,
Yes.
yes.
I mean, the one thing that I think we realized from our data with the symbolism is moving forward, we have to add a little more, like you said, rigor to it. Because by the time they get to 10th grade and 11th grade, if we just stay at this level, we're not setting them up for success. So looking at, as we continue to spiral these skills, how can we intensify it so they really they can't just identify it, but they understand why they're identifying it,
Engaging
how
with
it,
it
how
more.
it helps
Mhm.
in the literary sense. But then, yeah, that one question with the butterfly,
Yeah.
when we looked at it, and 10% of our students got it right. And then we realized, what did we do wrong? Oh, it just wasn't a great question. Like, the way the question was asked, the 3 different responses,
Right.
all could have been slightly defended
Yeah.
in different ways, and it told us right away, we've gotta just forget that question.
Yeah.
Like, we've got hung up on it for 2 years now.
Right.
It's a poor question.
Which is what happened was we changed it last
Yes.
year, but somehow the change didn't go as smoothly as it should
Yeah.
have, so that was funny.
But altogether, in our notes, it's, hey, our kids did great, they're
Mhm.
ready for more, they can handle more.
Yeah.
And why not add more to it to get them, because, and especially we could look at some of the SAT model questions, like how is symbolism getting tested on SATs, and
Yeah.
do our questions get them prepared for it? And I
Right.
think our texts were too short, like, we weren't really giving them a longer couple paragraph text to read and analyze it. And if we start
Yeah.
looking more at some of those sample questions, we
So-
might better set the test up.
I feel like that's why I pulled this out today and looked at, like, let's just look at this, right? I mean, we have to stop a minute and say, like, was that test, how much of that kind of stuff's gonna be on the SAT?
Right.
Right, not that that's the end all be all, but it's a big thing. And then what exactly are they doing? And like, they're doing this, they're determining those words and phrases of symbolism, but then they also have to connect the idea over 2 texts, it says.
Mhm.
2 texts, not one, like we have. So I think it's always keeping us on our toes, like, okay, how can we make this better? That, and then embedding some ICANN statements.
It's a little bit rewarding, though.
It is.
To look at the data and go,
Right.
well, we taught it really well.
Yeah.